Hey guys, so today I am going to talk to you about a very important question. And somebody asked me this. Don't know if you can see this. Can I have blank days? And what I'm going to talk about is cheat days. So many of you who are going through this journey, I've told you before, what we're trying to help you change our habits. But this is a very good question, because when you look at most folks who are teaching about weight loss, they are talking to you about saying, hey, be on this strict diet, do this exercise, and once a week you can do a little bit of cheating. Now, I want to explain to you why this is not a good idea ever. So let's say we ask you to take out the 8 food allergens. One of the reasons we ask you to take the 8 food allergens out, because these 8 food allergens are the commonest cause of inflammation. What is inflammation? Inflammation happens when the body recognizes this as the food as foreign, and it says, I don't like this. I'm going to try and get rid of it because it's harmful, and therefore it creates what is called, I'm going to take a little, antibodies. So antibodies are like soldiers. So let's say you have a sensitivity to gluten. Over the years you have developed this. These antibodies, the minute they see gluten, they try to fight, they cause inflammation. That's why people have stomach issues, and when they stop gluten, their stomach suddenly feels better. Now, let's say you stopped eating gluten. What you have to remember is the body does not kill its soldiers. It does not kill off the antibodies. What happens is they go to sleep. They just go to sleep, and they say, hey, I have no further work to do. Now, let's say you've done 3 months, you've been very good, you finish your detox, and you say, I've been so good, I don't think I have any sensitivity to gluten, and you take a little teeny tiny piece of gluten. But actually, you don't know whether you have a sensitivity or not. You may take this, initially you may feel fine, but remember, if you actually still have the gut is not healed completely, then what happens is these sleeping soldiers will wake up. They wake up, and when you take this gluten in, they look at this gluten and say, oops, there's just a little gluten. Before you were eating a lot, now you're eating just a very little amount. They start this huge fight. It's a stronger and longer fight. So remember the cycle. It's not simply about a little. It's a memory that the body has about the enemy. And it is going to have a much stronger fight, which means your inflammation is much longer and stronger. And so you may ask, what does that mean? I can never go back to any of these foods? Here's what I want you to understand. When you have symptoms, whether it be of weight gain, whether it be of insomnia or anxiety or pain, these symptoms have to completely go away. Then you know you're fully healed. If you're not fully healed and you start doing these little experimentation with little introductions here and there, you're reintroducing that inflammation, and then again goes back to where you started. So it's very important to completely resolve your symptoms before occasionally exposing yourself to foods that might actually stimulate an inflammatory response. What that means is, on a timeline, it may be a year for some people who are not very sick, but others who have a lot of symptoms, it may be up to 2 to 3 years. And I want you to understand that. You cannot keep cheating on and off and saying, you know, I'm really good. And people do come back and tell us, I'm really good. But when I start looking at, for example, they say, I have not touched gluten at all. I just had to have this pizza. I took away the cheese. I took away the crust, and I just had the vegetables. That still is an exposure to both milk and dairy or gluten products. So keep that in mind. Our focus should be figure out a way to create new habits. We give you a lot of gluten-free options. Check out our live cooking posts. I am very big on being gluten-free, and don't make the fight longer and stronger by introducing on and off a lot of these food allergens. Be completely well. It may take about a year for most people, but 3 years for those who have been chronically sick. Hope this video helps, and send us any questions. And of course, you can ask your question during your nutrition group sessions. Take care.